Welcome back, Scotty, to part two of our conversation. It's so wonderful to be able to spend. I really do see this kind of time as really sacred because more and more we don't take this kind of time, right? I mean, we text each other, I mean, just, live face-to-face conversation, I feel like is becoming less.
Rare. It is. I agree. I agree. Yeah, especially seasons of life. I'm hoping that one of my seasons kind of shift a little ways. Maybe we will have more time to have, face-to-face interaction because it is important. It's important.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And I really value this. So thank you for carving out this time. Let's get to know you a little bit more. Two truths and a lie. You know how to play this. You say three things about yourself. I see if I can tell which one is the lie.
Yes, I'm so
Okay.
bad at this. Okay. My I was born in Dallas.
Okay.
My favorite movie is Under the Tuscan Sun. And my favorite music is 90s rap music.
90s. Did you say rap
Rap.
or rap? Oh, rap,
Yeah.
rap. Oh, this is tricky, Scotty. This is very tricky. Of course, I know that you were raised in Texas. Whether you're actually born there, I don't know. Whether it was Dallas, I don't know. Favorite movie Under the Tuscan Sun? Could be, could be. And your favorite 90s rap? It's just 90s rap. Huh. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm going with favorite 90s rap. There's something about that that just, I don't know. That's what I'm going to
No.
say.
You're wrong. That is my favorite music.
That is your favorite. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah. I just have such great memories of like the Beastie Boys, and that was kind of my upbringing. But I was not born in Dallas. I was born in Houston, so it's not that big of a
Oh
difference.
my gosh. Look how simple that
I
was.
I
Okay.
I will I love Dallas, and if I ever moved back to Texas, I probably would move to the Dallas area. But
Okay. And your favorite movie is Under the Tuscan Sun then?
yes, one of them, but
One
yes,
of
I would
them,
say
yes. It's very hard to say we have just one, but yeah, there are
it is. It
a
is.
few
But
that
that
we
one
like.
comes to mind. It's just so sweet. It's just so
Right.
pretty.
Okay, very well done. Well, I felt like with Texas, and I was feeling like a country vibe, but not like totally,
Yeah.
not like country, but just kind of like
Mhm.
heading over into some other, like the hybrids or whatever. I'm not even sure what I would call
Yes.
it. But yeah. Okay, 90s rap. There we go. There we go. Okay, what's the last fun thing you did?
The last fun thing I did was I took our younger three kids, which aren't younger, they're 17, 20, and 21, to Europe this summer to
Oh my
five countries
gosh.
in 2.5 weeks. So that was
Oh,
absolutely crazy, hard, but very fun. Really fun to see the world through your kids' eyes. Really, it was an incredible experience.
how did you even do 5 countries in 2 weeks?
Yeah, it was. Well, we flew into London. We kind of bounced around a bit to
Okay.
in we did Italy, and then we did Germany. Then we drove to Switzerland from Germany.
Oh my
So
gosh.
yeah, we just were kind of like all over the place. So it does help that my husband is very well traveled and has traveled internationally since a very young age. So I have less, I think, the cloak of fear that can kind of uh,
Right.
be there about travel. I was worried about because there were times that I was by myself with the kids because he was working in London and then he met us back in Munich. Um, so during all of Italy, I was by myself with the kids, which was terrifying because it was just terrifying. Like, just the logistics were just crazy.
Right, right. And you're in
But
charge. You're not sharing
yeah,
it, right?
well, we all kind of picked a day that, there were times when they took over from mom because it was clear that mom was not going to be okay for a while. She was going to need to be led around instead of leading. So we all kind of it was like we worked together as a team. This one's crashing out, so somebody else step in and get us to this place.
Well,
It
that's
was,
great, right?
it was so fun. It crazy memories, but it was fun.
Well, and that's the mark of a family that's willing to be aware of where everyone's at and kind of step in as needed.
Well, yeah. I mean, we go through the hard stuff before before the step in happens, but
God.
it definitely, you learn being in a different country, navigating trains and
Oh
planes,
gosh.
automobiles. It is education like no other.
Yeah.
It's important. It's important for kids. Like, learning public transportation is huge.
Right, right. Because, you can find people who speak English, I think, for the most part, but you want to try to, show that you have some kind of competence in another
Exactly.
country.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
So growing up, Scotty, who did you look up to?
My grandmother, I would say, I looked up to the most. She was an incredible woman. She was tough as nails. You did not want to cross her or anyone in her family. She, you know, told it like it was, but she was also the most loving person that I've
Mm,
ever encountered on earth. She was a safe space for an army of individuals.
mm,
Um, and she didn't go to church, but she, cooked lunch for 25 people every Sunday, my entire life. Like she was the embodiment of Jesus in so many ways.
mm.
Um,
Beautiful.
that she wasn't human, but she just exhibited the traits that I would imagine Jesus to be like, a safe
Mm,
space.
right. Well, that's beautiful. So now we're going to take our deep dive. We got to know you a little bit more. What is one gift that God has given you?
I was given the gift of tenacity for sure.
Mm,
Some would call that stubbornness, probably, but I like tenacity. Um, I will get something done when I put my mind to it.
mm,
I come hell or high water. I, for whatever reason, don't get discouraged really easily, and he has definitely given me the gift of the hustle.
uh-huh. That's
You
great. No,
either have the hustle, I think, or you don't. And I think I have the hustle. So
and how interesting because your life has been filled with a lot of challenge and that we could spend weeks, right? I mean, and this
yes,
would be true of a lot of
yeah,
people.
yeah.
Somehow, because of your challenges and the fact that you're tenacious, those really work very well together to get
Yes.
you always persevering in the best way possible.
Hmm. I definitely.
Right. Why do you think, as women, we're so afraid to say yes to all that God has for us? I just see this time and time again, and I'm sure you do, where, we shrink, we settle, we don't, we're just the fear just keeps us. Mm,
You know, I would say that women, we are brought up to care so much about what other people think. I'm not afraid of embarrassment. I'm not afraid of people's perceptions of me. I have learned to say yes first and ask God to help later. Um, and I think it's just a lot of society has built up this, we care so much. about public perception. That's the tale as old as time, peer pressure. And
Hmm.
I think that especially these days and age, it's so hard for kids, it's so hard for teenagers to know and discern what their route should be in life. Um, so I think it's being scared as well as being influenced. Uh,
Mm.
and that's where God is, you're stepping away from him and it always feels worse. So the more that you say yes to him, the more he gives you, the more I say yes to him, the more he puts in my path for me to say yes to.
Ooh, ooh, I love that.
Yeah. And I have definitely noticed that in the last couple of years, nudging me, you can do this. I'm going to give you this. Um, this is, I'm going to give you this discernment. And in turn, you're going to listen to me and I'm going to reward you for it.
Mm.
It's been this constant kind of cycle. And
Hmm.
honestly, it happens every day. This is the cycle of painting as well, or as an artist creating. You always start confident. In the middle of it, I feel so bad some nights going to bed. If I'm in a painting and I'm in the thick of it, I hate it. I hate everything. I'm miserable. I absolutely know that if I push through that and I keep going, I get to the place every single time where I'm like, oh, that is it. Every time. It's
Yeah.
like a small cycle every time. And I mean, I feel like that's what he's showing me so much, do push through, push through, push through. I
Ooh.
promise you, I'll step in. I promise you, I'll show up. Just push through.
Oh, wow, that's so good. Oh, I love it. Uh, oh, that's so great. So when it comes to women's fears, do you think our sort of the biggest fear that stops us is caring too much what other people think?
Yes, I definitely think that. But I
Yeah.
also feel like maybe a misinterpretation of fear because my fears are kind of what pushes me forward. If I'm scared, then I absolutely know that I'm doing something right. I'm being
Yes.
authentic and like I said, if I'm scared, I know there's greatness on the other side of that.
Oh, oh,
It's
that's so good.
more of a lack of having experienced that. It will keep you from, you know, doing big things. But the first time it happens and you feel that way of God showing up, the pieces of the puzzle in your life falling to place, that's when you know that and you've experienced that, that will keep you from being scared later.
Right, right. Because you know that it's part of the whole cycle, like you said. It's momentary. It's not permanent.
Exactly. And
That's
if
good.
you're being true to him and what he's asking of you, and that takes hard work, right? The discernment. But if you feel in your bones that you are being true to yourself and him, and you are doing this in relationship, there is no doubt that it won't succeed, that you won't succeed.
Hmm. That's great. That confidence you have throughout the whole cycle that you know how the ending is going to be. Not super specific, obviously, but the process and the feelings and the convictions going all the way around during each portion of it.
hmm and it hit me recently. I was driving and thinking, and it always having a relationship with God, with Jesus, that always exuded me. It sounded so great, but What is that? That is what the relation is. The relation, that's how you relate to one each other, to each, that's how you have a relationship with anyone in your life. It's the same way. You show up for each other
Mm,
and you're
hmm.
both benefited from that. So,
Wow.
one of the things that I really try and work on is how am I benefiting God by this?
Oh, wow. That's good. Wow, that's really good. What piece of advice would you give to women to encourage them in this process of how you show up in your own faith? How can we, what advice would you give them?
I would say 100% chill out. Chill the F out because chill out on parenting, chill out on family schedules, chill out on expectations, chill out on routines, chill out on schedules, chill out on life. Slow down, loosen up, let God call the shots, pray to Him to guide you. Just relax, relax into life. I wish that I had known that 15 years ago.
Hmm.
It's a really hard thing to do. Um, but that's what maybe you should strive for. If you're high anxiety, if you're high, if things seem crazy or out of control, relax into life.
Hmm.
Figure out your
Excellent.
hormone and relax into life.
Oh my gosh, yes. Anything in conclusion, Scotty, for part two?
Oh gosh, no, I just think that I just feel really grateful. The things that I've been through in life haven't been easy, but I am so grateful to be able to connect to women on this level of I am loving my female friendships. I am
Mhm.
loving the places that women live in my world now. It is an integral part of life that I am realizing there's so much about women living in community that has been there from the beginning of time.
Right.
I grow in that space. I learn to be a reciprocal
Mm,
investor in relationships. Um, I
that's well said.
I was so worried. When had kids, I had four toddlers under 7 at one point. I was so lonely. And I think that I was most lonely. I think back about that person. I think that I was most lonely because I never saw the other side. I could
Mm,
not picture the other side. I thought that I was going to feel like this, like didn't have, I couldn't live in community because life was so crazy, that this was going to be life. And it is not that way at all.
hmm.
It, young women, you will come out of it. You will find the friendships, you will invest the time. It will happen just to just to know that there is a life, an incredible full life on the other side of motherhood.
Hmm. Yeah. Uh, and I'm there with you too. And I see that. And it is a very sweet season. They all have their really lovely parts and then their not so great parts because that's life.
That's life.
But this part right here, just it does feel really sweet. So where
Yeah.
can people find you, Scotty?
Find me on Instagram at Hey Scotti Taylor, Hey, Hey Scotti Taylor. Email me, Scotti Taylor at me.com. Yeah, that's
Okay.
pretty much the ways.
Yes. Well, this once again has been just really cherished this time with you, Scotty, and I'm
Same.
so grateful that we stay a little connected as best we can as life allows. And I love watching you and your family on Instagram and seeing all the creative, wonderful things you're doing. And I'm going to get that Jen Hatmaker book. So
Oh, can't wait. Yeah.
thank
I'll
you for
let you know
that.
after. Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
You for doing this for women because, as we both know, it's the important stuff.
It is.